Hi there, everybody. I'm Jennifer Angel, and this is my weekly planetary report and the report for each sign for October the 23rd, 2023. Oh, goodness, all 2 3s. That's a royal star number, so let's hope it's a lucky week for all of us. All right, so a little general business first, and I think I mentioned to you a few times now, we do have the course of Venus and Mars Love Language course up, and it's really great. And my partner Kat Mendoza and I have spent months putting this together. We're really happy with it. If you're looking for love, or you keep attracting the same type of relationships all the time and you're sick of it, then this is a good course for you. It's also a great course just to revamp your love life as well. Okay, so it's not just for singles, it's for couples as well. All right, so let's get started on week October 23rd. So this week commences with the sun making its move from Libra, the sign of relationships, as it will ingress to the savvy, more intense sign of Scorpio. So happy birthday, Scorpio. And the sun will join Mars as well, and Mercury also in Scorpio. So there's a whole bunch of activity going on in that Scorpio sign. So it's going to be great for Scorpio, but great for all of us as well, because it influences every single sign. Now, of course, as I go through, then I'm just talking about your solar chart, and then of course your birth chart puts another whole more exact layer on the reading. So if you don't have ever had your chart done, then it's certainly a great experience. I love doing chart work. It's it's an amazing experience. So go along to jenniferangel.com and have a look at that. Okay, so and then right at the end of the week there's going to be a full moon too, and for the full moon the sun and the moon are opposite. We're going to talk about this a little later, and with the sun in Scorpio, the moon is opposite in Taurus. So it's a big week for sure, and that moon is lunar eclipse, so it's got more intensity about it, so for sure. All right, so shortly after the sun moves into Scorpio, there's going to be an interaction with the sun and Saturn. Now, the sun, which is our most powerful energy, and Saturn, which is the planet of business, career, and permanency, focuses our attention on our life purpose. And I also have a course, 8-week course, 12 weeks, 3 months if you're doing it with me one-on-one. So 8 to 10 weeks on course, and like up to 3 months with me. Life Purpose Mastery. That's a great course if you want to get just organized, and you're re-entering the workforce, or you're reinventing yourself. You just want to get organized for the new year. So this is a great time to do that. Now, the interaction between these two, the sun and Saturn, it's in what's called a trine. Now, a trine is like an easy passage. So the square is more challenging. The conjunctions and the oppositions are trigger points, but the trine is more of an easy passage, path of least resistance, path of opening up and allowing to come to you. So it's a softer aspect. However, it is with Saturn. Saturn is retrograde and in Pisces. So and the sun is in Scorpio. So the trines are always in the same element. So this is a water, a trine. So because of the retrograde and because of the nature of it, and in Scorpio, it can bring up past issues. So if there's something that hasn't been dealt with, then guess what, you get a chance to deal with it now and just put it aside and So get closure on it so it doesn't just keep coming up in your life, okay? Because when we just keep like ignoring things, pushing it away, or, you know, don't really have time for this, then guess what? Next time a similar situation comes up, then it's gonna, like, you know, bring up all those emotions again because you haven't really dealt with it. So Saturn Saturn helps you do that. And of course, you know, with the sun in Scorpio is the sign who's courageous enough to dig down deep for the emotions and bring up all the crappy stuff, look at it and push it aside. So uncomfortable somewhat, but, you know, empowering, absolutely. So you know, so it goes without saying the water trine can be emotional. It's in the water signs and you're going to expect some emotion. And it's that emotion that, you know, just the very fact of the emotion, which helps it just to release stuff. So in that sense, you know, it's really positive. There's so much going on in Scorpio, and as Saturn represents the male figures like father, guardians, even a male superior at work, then things can like surface around, you know, around the male energy that you haven't dealt with. It just gives you a chance to revisit, look at it a little closer, as I said, and just gain closure and you know, get rid of it. Okay, just say, you know what, I don't need that anymore. And a lot of the times, you know, personally, when I look at stuff like that, I go, you know what, I'm not even that person anymore. So it's like, why am I holding on to this? It doesn't make any sense. Of course, logically it doesn't, you know, but then we have to do the emotional work to just deal with it and let it go. Now, towards the end of the week, planet Mars will be in an opposition to Jupiter. Okay, so as I said before, the oppositions are like a trigger point. It helps you to gain a lot of clarity, and it allows you to close off anything that's really not working. And you know it in your heart and soul, and now's the time to go, hey, you know, I know this, let's do something about it and let's move on. All right. So the oppositions are always in the same mode. So in this case, with Jupiter in Taurus and Mars in Scorpio, it's a fixed mode opposition, okay? So as Jupiter is a planet of abundance and expansion, and Mars is the planet of action and let's just push forward, and with the combination of the earth sign and the water sign, then you will need to be conscious of just making a decision, not overthinking it, not overanalyzing it, just make a decision and move on, okay? Because the fixed signs can get stuck sometimes, you know, so because you want to sort of hold on to, you know, what you believe, and we, you know, the fixed signs had to hold on to what they believe, and have trouble with making that change and making that shift. Okay, so this aspect between Jupiter and Mars is going to really help that. Then we have Mercury and Mars in a conjunction. The conjunction is when two planets are at the same degree, same sign, and it's another trigger point. And this trigger point opens up, rather than the opposition is opening up to closures, this one, the conjunction, opens up to new ideas, new avenues, new possibilities, okay? And as Mercury is the thinking planet and Mars the motivator, then you can expect some news once again. It's another message not to overthink and not to overanalyze. You know, if it looks right and feels right, your intuition says yes, then that's your cue to go ahead, all right? Now, at the same time, Mercury will be in opposition with Pluto. So there's a lot going on, as I said, between these two signs, between Taurus and Scorpio. And, you know, with the Mercury in opposition Jupiter, that's going to help us all, you know, just gain clarity once again, help us to make decisions and move on. Because here's the thing to remember, a thought without action is still just a thought, okay? You really want something to happen, you have to then take the thought and put it into positive action. And, you know, it's likely during this time that you'll hear some excuse me, some news about something, and something fabulous too. But often when we say yes to one thing, it can mean that we need to say no to something else. So keep that in mind. You know, when we open up to something new coming in, then, you know, often we have to let something go. All right. That's just the universal law. That's just the way it sort of happens. But be positive, expect the best, and that's likely what you'll receive. Now, as the full moon is at the same time with the moon in Taurus and the sun in Scorpio, this just further helps us to decide for clarity by doing a quick evaluation and then just move forward to concrete your decision. And that's what happens when you put it into action. It's like you put it into concrete, you make it real. You tell the universe, you know, that's effectively telling the universe that's what you want, okay? And at least doing, you know, do one thing or one action point that confirms that you're moving ahead. Just, you know, you don't have to be bold and do everything, just one small step at a time in the direction that you want to end up in. So be mindful this week that you may need to let go of something, gain closure and put it behind you. So, and if you can do that, then you'll be open to receive something or someone better into your life, more suitable perhaps. However, it can take courage sometimes to do this. So a perseverance, commitment, and courage. So take a deep breath and just get ready to leave the past behind and boldly walk into your bright new future. All right. Okay, so let's go on to the individual signs, and I'm going to put down the bottom or the time code so you can go straight to your sign, unless, of course, some people I know like to listen to all signs. So, all right, here we go. So Aries, when it's about money, Aries, before you do anything, carefully consider your options. So passionate Mars in your area of intimacy, relationships are very much on your radar now. And it's a sign that it's time to share your inner secrets. And at work, team collaboration is the winning formula. So, you know, you don't have to do everything by yourself, even though you're often the forerunner. Okay, now Taurus, eclipse energy in your sign can lift a fire under your love life right now, and that's going to indicate that you can be lucky in love. And if changes are overdue, you may not be able to avoid making a decision. So start weighing up the pros and cons now, decide what you want, and just make it happen. But don't take anything or anyone for granted. And at work, make sure you focus on priorities. Okay, don't get caught up doing all the petty stuff that just chews up all your time. Gemini, stay open to new developments at home and at work. What happens next can be the start of something fabulous, Gemini, and a realization about your life and your career can literally change your attitude and your direction. So trust in the process and go with the flow. All right. And if you do that, and even if it's, you know, you want to get things more locked down, just for now, if you can, with so much going on, if you can just go with the flow and just see what comes up organically, okay? Cancer, a development around your home environment or with family can work out better than you think. And when it's about love, a compromise can present new options. So don't get too, you know, stuck in the way you think things, you know, should be, or things how you want them to be. Once you start to do a small compromise, you might go, you know what, this is actually better than what I thought it was going to be. And if you're looking for love, then you're in luck, because passionate love stars are certainly influencing your sign right now. All right, so Leo, moon eclipse energy it just brings a message to you to just think big, Leo. All right, get your grand plan in place and just make it real. Our discussion with someone close, perhaps a family member, can open new doors for you to consider as well. So you want to sort of do more listening than talking there, so you can see what someone's presenting. There's a bright new future for you right around the corner, so just keep an open mind. Virgo, Venus in your sign, Virgo, just totally heaps up the possibility of passion and romance. So love is certainly heading your way. A new introduction can turn into something amazing. So, you know, expect the unexpected. Be careful, though, of interfering, of interfering people, people that think they know what's best for you more than you do. So especially those who just like to try and control you, just put the blinkers on there and go, thanks, but no thanks. Libra, money matters look positive. That's good news. Okay, there's a lot going on in your money zone, and a discussion right now can reveal opportunities that are really going to be worth looking at. So, but don't do anything rash. Take as much time as you need just to think things through, and be careful not to let anyone pressure you. All right. So, unless it's an urgent, work to your own timetable. You don't necessarily have to step up and work to someone else's timetable. And with love, you want to feel worthy of the love that you want to attract. So first of all, do your love list. What is it you want? And secondly, are you the type of person that your ideal partner would be interested in? So if there's a disconnect there, then you've got some self-work to do, or maybe your list can be readjusted. Okay, but that's a great exercise for you to do. Scorpio, life is really exciting for you now, Scorpio. So you can make definite plans now. There's so much going on in your sign. Also around your sign. Venus is not that far off, and of course opposite your sign. So you want to keep your schedule flexible. There could be some last minute developments. This is a great time to connect with friends and to meet like-minded people, the people that you resonate with, that you feel are your soul family. So watch out for them. Eclipse energy makes a love connection possible right now, and when the chemistry is right, well, you will know it. Okay. Sagittarius, when you are inspired, your creativity is on fire, Sagittarius. So share your thoughts with the people who can make things happen. Be a little strategic with who you hang around with and who you hang out with and who you share your ideas with. So communication is the key to moving forward. And, you are about to get even busier because like in another month, all this planetary activity that's sitting in the sign before yours is going to move into your sign. So this is a great time just to sort of get organized as well. And the full moon in your area of organization can bring up some things that it's like, why am I still doing this? I don't even like doing this. I'm not making any money out of it. It's not serving me in any way. So it's time really to have a good hard look at what you're doing, who you're doing it with, and how much time you're spending on it. Okay, because as you get busy, you want to get organized, because you still need to leave room for some self-reflection, because that's where your creativity comes from. Alrighty, so Capricorn, hi there, fellow Capricorns. It's possible right now to increase our career and our money status. Wow, love that. And this can all happen through a friend, but it's going to feel right. If it's right, you'll know it. It will feel right. It'll start to flow. If it's not right, it's going to be a little bit sort of wonky and bumpy and difficult, and it just won't feel right. You know that saying, I feel comfortable in my skin. I only heard that for the first time in America. I don't think we have that saying in Aussie. And I love that saying because it really sort of helps with situations like this. You know, am I feeling balanced? Does this feel good? Or does this just feel too hard? Nothing's coming together. So pay attention to those feelings, okay? Work is a priority always, so be careful not to, you know, neglect your love life. So it's not all about work all the time, okay? You want to get out and be social, as you can be like in the right place at the right time now. And the connections that you make right now can be significant in your future life. So pay attention to that. Aquarius, so powerful eclipses really shines a light on both your home and your work life. So, and there's an indication of a new beginning, and it can somehow affect both of these areas of your life, which means that there can also be a clash. Okay, so you want to sort of watch the signs of coincidence, like what's happening, what are the, you know, like where's the serendipity? They'll be your cues that things are sort of working out and you're heading in the right direction. Chance meetings, they can be the signposts that literally point you in the right direction, okay? Watch how things unfold organically in your life. All right, so Pisces, there are new opportunities around you now, Pisces. Your hard work can literally just pay off now. So, you know, if you've been feeling that, wow, I've just been like putting in all this work over and over and nothing's happening, well, guess what? Now it can start to come through. So to gain clarity on your next move, you want to like carve out some solo time reflection. I know I'm always harping on this for all the signs, but you know, when we fill up every moment of the day, or you know, all day, every day, there's no creativity coming through, there's no inspiration coming through. So you have to step out of your normal everyday energy and what you're doing, and then that's when that clarity and creativity and inspiration can come through. Travel is also in your star chart, so some of you will be packing your bags, so that sounds great. And for relationships to keep love alive, just be present and more connected, you know, to stay connected. You're one of the signs, in my opinion, the sign that can be the most present with people. I mean, when you're not there, like out of sight, it can be a little out of mind sometimes, but when you're with someone, you're like really present with them. So that I feel is like a natural, let's call it a skill for Pisces. So you want to use that. Okay, thanks so much for watching, everyone, and we'll see you next week. Bye for now.